looking at solving equations that involve brackets. So let's look at a question. Let's say we've got 2 bracket x plus 3 going to equal to, let's say, 2. So like in the previous video, we can see what is the first thing that's been done to the x. We're peeling back the layers. We started with x, we added 3, and then that whole expression was, this whole expression here was multiplied by 2. So essentially, we just did the opposite. So if we get rid of that 2 and move it over, we're left with x plus 3 equals 10 divided by 2. So x plus 3 equals 5. And then need to get rid of that plus 3. The opposite of the plus 3 is subtract 3. So x is going to equal 2. If we substitute that back in, 2 goes into there, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, so that's correct. So that's one way we can do it, just peeling back the layers. Let's look at using expanding, which is what we've looked at already in the other videos. So if we use that same question, we've got 2 outside of x plus 3 equals 10. If we expand this, remember expand means to remove the brackets using multiplication. So we're going to get 2x, 3 times 2 is 6. I'm going to get that. And this type of equation is actually something that we dealt with in the previous video. So all of those steps, if you're not familiar with them, you can look at the previous video, but we've dealt with questions like that before. Always check our answer. So I put 2 into there because that's my answer. 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, so that's correct. Let's look at a few more involving brackets. Alright, let's say we've got okay. So let's deal with the expanding bit first. 2 times x gives me 2x. 2 times negative 3 gives me negative 6. That's all I need to do in terms of expanding and multiplying. The only thing that's left is negative 3x. Put my like terms together. 2x, take 3x is just negative x or negative 1x. And then I'm left with take 6. Let's solve. So I need to get rid of a take 6. If I move it over, it becomes a positive 6. So if negative x equals 10, I don't want negative x. So essentially, there is a 1 in there. So it's like saying negative 1 times x. So to get rid of that, you just divide by negative 1, which gives you your answer of negative 10. Now, as you get more familiar with these, you don't have to do this step here. You can just straight away see, okay, x is going to equal to negative 10. Let's check my answer. So if I put negative 10 into here, negative 10 take 3 is going to give me negative 13. 2 times negative 13 there gives me negative 26. If I put negative 10 into here, negative 3 times negative 10 gives me a positive 30. Negative 26 plus 30 gives me 4, so I know that my answer is going to be correct.